Hi, I'm Mark from Vera, and welcome back to my new house. Today we're going to be talking about security, and I don't mean security utilizing an old dinosaur like this, but it's really cold outside, I'm freezing, I want to go inside and warm up a little bit. Let's go this way. So it's taken us some time to get settled in, but as you can see, I've just finished painting the living room. We're in the process of putting up the crown molding, and I've got to pick out a new light fixture to put up there. And now we're going to focus on security. So let's go into the kitchen where I've got some things set up for us to talk about. So what we're going to talk about today is a self-monitored security system, one where we can use the web interface and our app to monitor what's going in our home, and we can get push notifications and emails and text notifications when something happens when we're not here. But it's also about being safe and secure when you're actually at home. So I've got a number of different devices that we can use to help make our house more safe and secure. This is a linear motion sensor. It's available in our shop, shop.getvera.com, and it's a personal infrared sensor. And you can use this in a room to cover the room, and anytime that there's movement, it's going to send a notification down to the Vera controller to let it know something happened. And based on how you've set up your Vera controller, it tells it what to do. There are also door and window sensors. This one also from Linear, also available in our shop. And basically when this contact is broken, it sends an alert to the Vera controller. Now this one from Filio is pretty cool because it integrates a couple of different things into one sensor. It's door and window sensor, but it also is a motion sensor, a temperature sensor. So you can use this on a window but also use it to monitor motion in the room. This is a tilt sensor which you can put on a large piece of glass, tilt or vibration, integrated into a number of our, well, not actually into a number of our cameras, into all of our cameras. This is the VistaCam 1100. Integrated into the VistaCam 1100 is a motion sensor, and you can see right over here that I'm using a VistaCam 700 in my kitchen to both monitor visually what's going on, and anytime that motion is sensed, I actually have that record a certain amount of video, which then gets uploaded to the Vera servers, and we store that at no charge for you. And there are sirens available. This one also from Linear, also available in our shop. Based on your configuration, the siren and the strobe light will go off. So if there's an intruder when you're not here, the siren and the strobe can scare the burglar and alert neighbors that there's something going on in your home. Now, how do we put our house into secure mode when we're not here? Well, there's a number of different ways that you can do that. You can do that simply through the app on your phone and change the mode of the house from home to away. You can also change it to vacation or night mode. You can use a scene controller. You can have it installed in your wall. You can have it with a portable one like this where you can change the mode in the house by using the House Modes plugin that you're going to find in our App Store. Many local police departments won't respond to a burglary in progress unless you can verify that there is actually an intruder in the house. Hence, the reason that you want to have cameras throughout the house. The VistaCam line is by far the easiest to integrate into the platform. Cameras can be difficult. We designed the VistaCam series of cameras to be plug and play. Here in my family room, I've actually got 3 ways to enter this room. I've got the doorway over there from the powder room, garage, and laundry room, and I've got an outside door over there. So to get the best coverage for my money in this room, I'm just going to use a motion sensor right up here where the old clunky one is located now. I really don't want to go outside in the garage to shoot today because it's like 25 degrees, but along the same lines as the door lock is the garage door opener. I, in my mind, think of it as a garage door closer. It's, again, one of those things where I can make sure that the garage doors are closed. It's really easy to install. There's a tilt sensor and 2 wires that connect to your existing garage door opener. Electronic door locks are an item that a lot of people who use Vera really like to have in their home because it allows them to get a notification when somebody puts in their lock code. What I like about them is that it allows me to lock the doors automatically because honestly, members of my household forget. Now let's talk about taking Vera to the next level. So up here I've got a motion sensor that I use as, well, a trigger for a night light. So if anybody gets up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, one of the kids is screaming or whatever, whoever walks out into the hallway won't be walking in the dark. This will come on at a very dim level so that whoever it is can see where they're going. But I can also use that towards security with these Z-Wave enabled light switches that I have here from Linear. Anytime that there's a security event going on in the house, I'm going to turn on all of the lights to act as a further deterrent. There's lots of things that we can use that we use for other reasons that we can integrate into our security system and make us more secure in our home. Now let's dive into the UI so I can show you how to configure your self-monitored security system. We'll start at the dashboard and click on Modes. You can see that we've got 4 modes built into the user interface: home, away, night, and vacation. The first section is what state do we want each sensor to be in. Our glass break sensor in home mode defaults to armed because anytime the glass is broken, we want that to trigger an alarm event. But the door and window and motion sensors are set to disarmed. In away mode, door and window and motion, as well as in vacation mode, are defaulted to armed. But in night mode, it defaults the interior motion sensors to be disarmed. We can override any of those settings. The next section is asking what to do if an arm sensor trips. Should the siren sound or not sound? I've turned it off for home mode just to show you what it looks like. Should the camera record video or not record video? Personally, I like it to record video no matter what. The video is automatically stored on our servers, and it is saved on a first-in, first-out basis. To view your recordings, click on the Cameras tab, select the camera whose recordings you want to watch, and then click on Recorded. The next section is which users should be notified. To set how you're going to receive notifications, go to Users and Account Info, then User Info, and select if you want to receive a text message, if you want to get push notifications. That's my preference, right to my phone, and you can also receive an email. This can be set up differently for each user. To set it up differently for other users, you log into the controller as that user and go through the same process. Then for each device that's in the system, what do we want it to do when we change to this mode? Do we want it to turn on, turn off, go to a specific dimming level, or stay the same? With door locks, we can have them lock, unlock, or remain the same. How long do we want to wait before a mode is changed? The reason that we would want to have extra time here is just in case you did it accidentally and you don't want all the devices to change state. By having that buffer built in, you left your house, you forgot something, you came back, it won't have automatically gone into that mode yet. And then finally, what do we want to have happen with respect to geofencing? You can watch our video on geofencing to learn more about that. But do we want it to set the house to home when at least one user is at home? And do we want to set the house mode to away when nobody is home? I mentioned a couple of things that we can do using scenes to enhance what's going on with respect to our self-monitored security system. So one thing that I mentioned we could do is have locks automatically lock at certain times of day, and I do that in my house. And that's just a simple scene. You can watch the scene's overview or the scene's how-to video to understand more about how we can do that in scenes. The other thing that we can utilize scenes for with respect to our self-monitored security system, and I alluded to this earlier in the video, is have lights turn on automatically when an alarm event is triggered. So the first step in creating this scene is selecting all of the sensors that you want to have utilized for this particular scene. And we're going to set all of them as our trigger. We can also select what state we want it in to be a trigger for this scene, so possibly only when it is armed. Then we're going to select all of the lights that we want to have as part of this event. We're going to have them turned on at 100%. And then in the final step, we're going to have this scene only run in the modes that we want it to run in. So you could have this scene run in away mode and vacation mode, but build a separate scene for night mode that doesn't turn on the lights in, let's say, the children's bedrooms or in the master bedroom. So the last thing that I want to talk about is this outdoor motion sensor. It's actually an AOTech 4-in-1 sensor, and you can use this as a trigger to turn on your outside lights, to trigger your cameras to record, so that it acts as a further deterrent to keep people from entering your home. It does have a sensitivity adjustment under the cover so that critters and animals outside, birds, aren't going to set it off. Now, if there's something that you'd like to see me talk about in any of these videos, whether it be a Marc's new house video, a how-to video, or a subject area that you'd like me to delve into, email me, training@getvira.com. If you'd like to be the first to find out about what's going on at Vira, like us on Facebook. And if you'd like to know when we post these videos before we even put them on the Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, at Vira, it's not about what we can do. It's about what you, our user, no longer has to do. Thanks for watching.